What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and today we're going to be reviewing Matrix Revolutions. This is it. Today's actually the day. After I review this and upload it, I will be heading out the door to go check out Matrix Resurrections, and then I will come back and I will make my non-spoiler review, and then we'll do a spoiler review unless I'm so pissed off that I don't feel like doing it. We'll see about that. But yeah, it's not looking good, to be honest, with some of the reviews and some of the thumbnails I've been seeing, but we'll hope for the best. Hope for the best. That's all I can say, because honestly, I have reason to have hope. We'll say that. And that is that people don't like Matrix Revolutions, the third movie in the Matrix trilogy, and I don't hate it. I won't say I love it. It definitely has some issues, but I certainly don't hate it. I watched it again in preparation for this review. I've watched it maybe 30 times. I mean, who watches a movie 30 times that sucks and that they hate? There's just no way I could possibly hate this movie, because I constantly watch it. I never have an issue. When I go to the Matrix trilogy, I never stop short. I watch all three. Sometimes I'll just watch the Matrix and that's it. But if I'm going to watch Matrix Reloaded, I'm pretty much watching Revolutions as well. And that's one big positive, is that I think overall the tone, it just goes together well. You could tell the same people wrote both movies, which is good, because, you know, there's a lot of movies, a lot of trilogies are all over the place. This one has a decent continuity. You know, it doesn't feel like completely out of place from Reloaded. I'm not saying that every single aspect of it accomplishes that, but all in all, the tone, the look, the feel, the plot, you know, defending Zion, everything just kind of continues on. The movie starts off with that train station scene, and I actually enjoyed it. I know a lot of people criticize that scene. I've heard things like, you got Neo, not even taking part in anything for the first, half of the movie, but really it doesn't last that long. The train station scene doesn't seem to go by pretty quickly, and it is a pretty interesting scene. You got this kind of purgatory area where, he's not jacked into the Matrix, but he's still, he's unconscious in the real world, and he's still conscious within this other world. It's not the Matrix, it's kind of this in-between place, and the train station, and he meets this family, which are actually programs, and they have some interesting conversations. But I really like Sadi's the little girl. I really like her dad. He's a really cool guy, even though he's not even a guy, he's a program. But yeah, I really like him, and he's trying to make conversation, he's trying to be polite. The wife is kind of rude. Don't be rude to the man. He may never see anyone ever again in his life. But he's a really friendly face, even though he's a program. But then, the train arrives. Neo's trying to board it. They won't let him. The train master is like, no, you ain't getting on this train. I run the show around here. And he overpowers Neo, no problem. Which I don't know if I like that. But, it's not the Matrix. So even though Neo is the one, I guess, in that little purgatory area, the train man, it's his area. He's got all the power there for whatever reason. But yeah, kind of weird to see this kind of older, messed up looking train guy, looks like he's on crack, just completely take out Neo, no problem. I enjoy the continuing preparation to defend Zion in the real world, and Locke's continuing insistence that, hey, if it was up to me, I'd have every man, woman, and child here, defending this dock. And the lady says, well, perhaps it's best it's not up to you. Little lines like that are pretty cool. I really enjoy, again, Agent Smith becoming Bane, or, able to penetrate into the real world and taking over Bane's body. I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense, but it's still pretty cool. I think that actor does a great job. And, nobody really catches on, which can be a criticism, like how the hell he's talking exactly like Smith. But it just doesn't cross anyone's mind as even possible. Like, nobody would even think it's possible. Like, that's why it took Neo so much time to figure it out. Neo's here. The guy's sitting there going, Mr. Anderson, it's good to see you. And it's like, wouldn't his mind knew. I mean, instantly he's like, okay, why is he talking like Smith? But it can't be Smith. It took him a few minutes to finally say it can't be. But just because it just didn't strike him as possible. But it happened. And I like the speech that he gave. There's nowhere that I won't find you. There's nowhere you can hide. Yeah, I think, again, it's pretty interesting. Now, again, I have some issues with Smith in the Matrix, from within the Matrix, I'll talk about in a minute, but I just like that whole concept. The whole thing of Bane being Smith is pretty badass to me. I really enjoy those scenes. And the final thing I really like about the Matrix Revolutions is that final fight scene, it all comes to a head, and it's insane. It's massive. I mean, there's just gunfire going everywhere, going back, reload, get the ammunition, and try to defend Zion, and it was insane. An absolutely insane final battle there, a final scene, great effects and everything like that. I thought that the effects actually are a little stronger than in Reloaded. When Reloaded, you have some video game-ish scenes that I talked about when I did that review that I didn't really appreciate. But yeah, this final battle, pretty insane. And yeah, and then the final visit to Neo heading over to trying to save the world, going into the Machine City. I like the scene where he went up to one of the commanders like, hey, I need to take a ship and I need to go to the Machine City. And the commander's like, dude, you're out of your freaking mind. I was like, you want to go kill yourself, go ahead. You ain't taking one of my ships. But Morpheus is there too, and Morpheus, of course, he believes in Neo. Neo's the one, and they're gonna find a way. And I like also another scene that made me kind of laugh a little bit and really enjoy was after the commander gives this big speech. That's my ship. You're not taking my ship. Okay, you can go do whatever you want to do. My ship is my ship, and it's staying here. It's defending, and that's it. That's all there is to it. My ship, my ship. And then Niobe says, he can take mine. And he's like, you can't do that. She's like, there ain't no way in hell you're going to tell me what I can and cannot do with my ship after that speech. But it's a pretty exciting movie, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it from beginning to end. The train station scene, I enjoy that. I enjoy, again, going to visit the Frenchmen and all the things that happen. I wish there was a little more time inside the Matrix, but this is the final movie, and, defending Zion is a big part of it. And overall, it's a pretty fun ride, and I don't hate the movie at all. That said, there are some problems with this movie. Now, while I've heard the criticism that Neo is kind of on the sideline for the first half of the movie, and I don't see that too much, but I kind of get it. But what I will say is, and what I will agree with is, when he loses his eyesight halfway through the movie, so the second half of the entire movie, he's got his eyes patched up. It's kind of like, why? He can still see. It doesn't really impede him that much. So why? Also, I didn't think that Morpheus was as strong in this one. Morpheus is supposed to be this powerful character. This is a badass man that you respect this man. And right at the beginning, first of all, he was asking them to check into the Matrix to see if Neo's there. And the guy's, how's Neo going to be there? He has to, please, for me. And that shows a little bit of his, respect. Like, hey, I'm Morpheus. I'm asking you, can you please, for me? Okay, and then they did it. But later, I just feel like there's some disrespect towards Morpheus. Even when they're co-piloting the ship, Niobe and Morpheus, Niobe's chewing him out. Niobe's like, keep up, Morpheus, let's go. Morpheus like, I'm trying. It's like, ooh. A little respect would be nice. I mean, I know it's an important, going on right there, but obviously he's trying his best. There's no need to chew him out. That's Morpheus. Okay. Also, although it's not the movie's fault, I did want to point out that, and she does, the replacement does a really good job as the Oracle, but the Oracle, unfortunately, in real life, tragically, Gloria Foster passed away, during filming in between the second and third movie, which is kind of crazy because they were filmed back to back. So there was only a very small window of time for her to pass away, but unfortunately and tragically, she passed away before she was able to film her scenes for Matrix Revolutions, which means she had to be replaced, and they had to come up with some reason. I made a choice. There's that a lot in this movie. Made a choice, and apparently she lost her face, or she lost her shell, and she because the Frenchman took it away, I believe. So she has a different. They didn't explain it very, in much detail, just enough to say, okay, we have to have some excuse because why does the? Well, at least they made a reason. They didn't just replace her and act like everything was normal. I guess they did a good job given the situation, but just unfortunate. Also, a lot of the talk, a lot of the dialogue, they're really going deep with, just the existential talk, the talk that's just like not human talk. You ask a question, can't get a straight answer anymore. The choice thing. I made a choice, and that choice, I do a choice. Can't get a straight answer from anyone. It's like, oh, you talked to the Oracle. What did she tell you? What did she say? Exactly what I needed to hear. Last negative, you have Agent Smith, and again, the fact that Agent Smith is now everybody. There's billions of him, billions. How the hell Neo gonna have a chance against him? Obviously he's not physically. I mean, there's just no way. You can't beat up 10 guys, much less billions. But and that was gonna be an issue in Revolutions. Like, how are they gonna have them fight again? Are you gonna do the same thing? And just, we've done that already. We got that video game in Reloaded. What are we gonna do in Revolutions? Well, instead, they just have, all the Smiths stand off to the side so one can fight Neo. And that's for us, of course, because in any real life situation, you know, Smith would, you know, they would all just tag team and just destroy Neo. But in this particular movie, they all just stand to the side and watch. A bunch of spectators, just Smiths everywhere. It's just kind of weird. And, you know, when also Agent Smith is like, he is like extremely powerful. He's going to kill everything and destroy everything until there's nothing left. That's what the Oracle basically said. And it's like, I thought that the machine's taken over Zion in the real world. So there's two major issues going on that Neo has to deal with here. And who cares about the machines taking over Zion? Smith apparently himself is going to destroy everything. So yeah, I mean, I just think the Smith thing went a little out of control. I know you want to bring back Hugo Weaving, who does a really good job. By the way, that crazy laugh when he goes, what was that? That was just weird. But anyway, as I was saying, I know you wanted to bring him back. I can understand that. But I just didn't love the way that they handled Smith, you know, with the multiple Smith thing was a little much. And anyway, I just wish the focus would have been on them. The machines are taking over Zion, and that's what Neo has to stop. And that one side believes that, you know, it's all about just physically defending this, you know, no fairy tale BS. We've got to defend Zion with every man, woman, child, machine, a weapon that we have available. And then you have another side that's Morpheus, and they believe in the one. They believe in this more supernatural kind of approach where this is the chosen one. He's going to save us. And that does remind me, another thing I didn't love is, you know, they went a little on the nose with the Jesus references and stuff, even seeing the cross, a little on the nose with that. Okay, we kind of get the overall, it's been pretty clear the whole way. It's been just kind of very subtle, but we get it. We get the comparison, but they went a little in your face in this one as well. So all in all, I would say the movie is definitely, it's enjoyable for me. Myself, I consider it pretty good, but I definitely understand all the criticism. Some people think this is complete trash and complete garbage. I just don't see that when I watch it. I mean, I've seen too many garbage, trash movies, and you know what I'm talking about. I mean, just horrible movies. I'm maybe about to go see one right now with Matrix Resurrections. We'll see. But for me, Matrix Revolutions, like Reloaded, it's not quite as good as Reloaded, but I still think, just my personal opinion, is that it's good, but certainly not great. That is my thoughts on the Matrix Revolutions. And the entire trilogy as a whole, I find very, very enjoyable. All three. Let's hope all four. We're about to find out. So stay tuned for that review a little bit later. Hope you guys enjoyed this review series. It's not over yet. We'll definitely do a spoiler and non-spoiler for Resurrections, as well as a ranking for the Matrix franchise. You guys have a great day. We're going to talk to you very soon. Stay tuned. In about 4 or 5 hours, Matrix Resurrections review will be dropping. Peace.